I started eating vegetarian around when the whole Y2K thingy happened. Not that it was related to that in any way. I had recently moved out on my own, so was preparing my own meals and thought it was a good chance to give it a try. About 10 years later after that, I took it one step further and started eating vegan. For the most part, it was pretty easy. My mother had instilled an eat to live, not live to eat regiment that I detested for the most part, but I was able to draw some strength from it to help accept my new self-imposed fate. What I noticed right off the hop, however, was the lack of junk food available all of a sudden. It's kind of like there weren't enough things on the menu for the vegan team or the eating healthy team in the late 90s and early 2000s, so they just kind of smushed us all together. Now, I'm not against eating healthy by any means. I can notice a big difference in how I feel depending on what I eat. But I'm only human. Sometimes I have a craving that can't be met with quinoa and bean patties alone. I want to eat something that tastes like insanity, something that is greasy and not good for me, but just makes me feel great in the moment. I was lucky enough to live in Winnipeg all those years ago, with 2 fabulous vegan restaurants at the time at my disposal. Delicious Vegetarian, which later became Spring Roll, and the Mondragon, or Mondragon, if you will. Both had amazing food, which wasn't terrible for you or anything, but wasn't centered on being nutritious as much as delicious. The first time I remember being blown away by vegan junk food, however, was Chicago Diner and their award-winning milkshakes. It was crazy. How could something vegan be this good? It became a stop on every tour after that. Before I knew it, these kind of places were everywhere. It was like I was let in on the best-kept vegan secret of every city. Wayward Cafe in Seattle, Doomie's in LA, Blackbird in Philly, Hella Vegan in the Bay Area. It was exploding. Being vegan had finally turned to the dark side, and I wanted to ride that greasy Beyond Burger all the way down to digestion hell. There are a ton of different vegan food products available these days. Most grocery stores have a section in the frozen aisle, and probably one near the produce, too. One brand in particular that has sprung up in the last few years that is amazing is the Very Good Butchers. The business was started by James Davidson on Denman Island, which is in the Georgia Strait just off Vancouver Island. James had been a chef for 10 years, trained in French cuisine, and became interested in vegan cooking when he moved to the West Coast in 2012. After the first summer of working the farmers market scene, Mitchell Scott came on board and the Very Good Butchers was now a thing. Making tasty vegan yum-yums out of their homes and selling out of products at farmers markets on Denman, the Bean Butchers knew they were on to something. They brought their magic beans to Victoria and opened their first plant-based butchery in 2017. Fed up with over-processed meat alternatives, they wanted to really wow those hungry stomachs. They dreamed of making plant-based eating approachable, nutritious, and delicious as possible. Fast forward 3 years, and they are now up to 15 products available online, as well as a super busy restaurant/deli and a production facility. They were even featured on Dragon's Den, the Canadian version. Most of the products available on the site go for around $10 plus shipping, and portions are enough to feed 2 hungry people or a family of 3 not super hungry people. Everything is made in-house from ingredients like beans and cashews and a bunch of other good stuff that is listed on every product. They can ship anywhere that mail can arrive at in the US or Canada, and hopefully they can ship around the world one day too. If you want to jump both feet in, they also have boxes available, like the big box of plant meat, which will run you around $50 Canadian plus shipping. The big box features 6 different products delivered right to your door. Other boxes are available, and you can also join their monthly meat club and get a box shipped every month. Now, I'm not here to define what someone can eat or can't eat. I've always felt that's a personal thing, and I'm not trying to change anything in anyone's life. We all have drawn our own lines of what we think is ethical and edible. There are a million ways to have a positive impact on the world, and a change of diet is only one of them, but it's something. It could be your thing. If not, that's fine too. You're still my friend. Veganism has come a long way since those tasteless bricks of tofu. The Very Good Butchers are a company that I think are doing something awesome, and it got my attention. Who knows what kind of a world the future will be? All I really hope is that it's a tasty one.
crazy friend who says it's wrong to eat meat. Is he crazy?
No, just ignorant.